The last video to make the Jumbotron. Let me show you what we have right here. Okay, so we have a space for Jumbotron. We have an image that's going to show up over it. We have subheadings below it. We have a footer area below it. So now we're going to work just on the CSS file that we've created to stylize this page. And it is called firstjumbotron.css. Okay, so it is open right here, or actually it's not. I will open it right there. Okay. And I was wondering why my image wouldn't show up. The image is not called River JPG, it's called River PNG. Okay. And there's a couple things I want to do to it. I want to make the position relative. Okay. And then also what I want to do is when I use a background URL, I'm going to put a backup color behind it. Okay. And then I also want to add a couple things on this same line. And it's going to be centering it, center, and then center. The word center and a semicolon. Okay? And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a width of 100%. So it's going to span the whole way across that Jumbotron area. And I'm going to give it a specific height. So the height is going to be 450 px. And then I'm also going to say background dash size cover. Okay? And then one more thing. I'm going to say overflow hidden. So anything that's above 450, anything that can't fit in that space will be hidden. Okay? So I'm going to save it. And again, I messed up on the name. It's River PNG. And this is basically centering it in that area. Okay? It's giving it 100% width. It's very specific on the height. I could change that anytime. The background size is cover, so it's going to be covering the whole Jumbotron area. And then anything over that can't fit is going to be hidden. All right? So I'm going to save it. And then go back to Jumbotron index, and let's see. So there it is right there. Okay? And it's actually looking pretty good. Now here's the thing. Notice that the graphic on top, it has remember we gave it a class name of img-responsive, and this graphic is not sitting where we want. We want it in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my coding, and I want to make sure that define the class name, and that's a class name that Bootstrap is doing some things to it. It's allowing it to scale without me doing anything, but it's not placing it in the middle. So I'm going to go back to my CSS file, and I'm going to talk to the class name img-responsive. Okay? And I'm going to add some things to do with it. I'm going to say margin colon 5px. That's 5px on the top and the bottom. And then here's the big one, auto. And it's the auto. When you give it two numbers, the computer instantly goes, oh, okay, two numbers. First number, bottom and top and bottom. Second number, left and right. And because it's auto, we're letting the computer figure out how to keep it in the middle. So I'm going to save it and open, I'm in the CSS file. Let me go back to the file and then save it, and there we go. So not only is it, let me get the corner of this here. Come on, there we go. So not only is it staying in the middle, but it's also scaling down a little bit. Okay? So everything is collapsing perfectly. Okay? And that is pretty much it. Now what I'd like you to do is add CSS to the background color, maybe get the subheading, get the subheadings looking okay. Maybe expand the footer area. Just kind of make a little bit of changes so it's just not so dry as my video. Thanks.